Guys, it's time for another video. I hope you are all safe and healthy at home. I also hope that you're getting a lot of work done in this time and not using it as just a holiday. Unfortunately, we can't be together yet, but our school, Al Manhal, has created a platform so that we can continue to give you quality education, and that's what we're here for in this video today. Now I've opened up my screen, and what I want to do today is look at some of the questions and help you answer some of the questions that we've looked at this week and that we're going to look at. The first activity that I want to look for is the word network for invention on page 443. And what you were required to do here is read the article or the reading for the week and look for words that are associated with inventions, right? Now, I'm going to use the word associated and not synonyms, right? Because some of them are not exactly synonyms, which are words that mean the same thing, different words, but they mean the same thing. But what we're looking for is, in fact, words that are associated with invention. And we've done the reading together. So I'm just going to give you some of my ideas. Of course, there are many more words than this in the reading, and you can have some of your own, which is always what we want. But some of my words are bright ideas, duds, which means a bad idea or a stupid idea. Tedious. Means when something takes a lot of time, but it's slow. Like think of studying, right? When you study for exam, it takes you a lot of time. It takes you a lot of effort. It's a slow process. It's not fast moving, and you need a lot of time to get through the work, right? And that's what tedious means. Patent, produce, trademark, and perspiration. Perspiration is a word that they use in there to indicate hard work. Perspiration means to sweat. When you are running or doing or playing football or doing a difficult physical activity, then you start to sweat, right? And here they use the word perspiration to indicate hard work. These are just some examples from me. Please feel free to have as many of your own examples as you can. The second activity on page 444 asks you to write a summary of the reading Inspiration is Overrated. Now, I've done that here, and I will read my own summary. And then, of course, your summary must be in your own words, right? So if you have a similar meaning, but you've put it in your own words, that's absolutely fine. Let me read it here. It says, inspiration is overrated. The author explains that for every invention we use in our lives, there are many more that people came up with that did not get produced. According to the author, the vast majority of patented projects don't make money, and thousands of other ideas for inventions never get patented at all. The author argues that coming up with a good idea is just the beginning. After that, the inventor must make a working model and make sure that the idea has not already been taken. According to the author, coming up with one good idea is not so hard. However, coming up with a unique idea and making it into something that people can use can take a lot of time and effort. So this is my summary that I've just read. So if yours is a little bit different or is using different words, that's absolutely fine. In fact, that's exactly what we are looking for, right? We want you to use your own words in expressing your own ideas and thoughts. The third activity came from a worksheet from the week's reading strategy. The reading strategy was persuasive and argumentative text. If you remember, we said that when you read a persuasive text, it's always trying to appeal to your emotions, right? It's trying to make you feel something. And when you read an argumentative text, you will see it will sound a lot like a research essay. It will have studies and evidence and proof, and it will be fact-based, right? And they will try to use facts to convince you that their point of view is valid, but a persuasive side will use emotions to convince you that they are right. Let's look at some of these sentences here. Um, the first one, it says, well, first let me read the instruction. It says, read the sentences below and decide if if they are examples of argumentative or persuasive writing, right? Sentence number one, it is certainly true that cell phones are distraction in many situations. This is a fact, right? And that will make it an argumentative. So the answer there is A, right? It is a fact. An informal study, number two, an informal survey found that 16 out of 20 middle school students agreed with the statement cell phones are a distraction in many situations. Again, this is also an argumentative text, so the answer there is A. This one is a little bit more obvious. Number two is a little bit more obvious because it talks about a survey, it gives statistics, and then it gives the assertion or the point that it tries to prove. A, while question one doesn't have the survey and the studies, it's still argumentative because it gives you a fact. There are many situations where a cell phone is considered distraction, or they call it distraction media. So if you're studying, for example, and your cell phone goes off, it will distract you from your studying and turn you on to the cell phone itself, right? So number one is not so obvious, but number two is very, very obvious. Number three, the Center for Disease Control recommends that children receive a total of 14 vaccines before the age of 6. Also very clearly argumentative text because it gives you statistics and it gives you the facts. Number four, so take your children to the pediatrician today and make sure their vaccinations are up to date. This one is a persuasive text. It's persuasive because it wants to move you into action. It wants to make you do something by appealing to your feelings, right? It's giving you the feeling that you have to go now, now, now. You have to go today. You have to be up to date. It gives you the feeling that this is urgent, even though it may not necessarily be that way. So that is, they're trying to persuade you that they're right, and they're trying to persuade you to take an action. Number five, as a compassionate citizen of the planet Earth, you can surely find time to volunteer at your local recycling center. After all, the future is in your hands. The first word I want us to look at there is compassionate, which is an emotional word, right? It says as a compassionate citizen. So as a caring citizen of the earth, right? The second word there that you want to look at is volunteer. You can surely find time to volunteer, right? Volunteer means, it's part of this week's vocabulary actually, and it means to do things or to do something from the goodness of your heart, not expecting to get paid, not expecting anything back. So just by looking at those two words, you can see that this is clearly a persuasive text, right? This is a persuasive piece of writing. If you look at the last sentence here, it says, after all, the future is in your hands. It's giving you the feeling of hope for the future, that you control what can happen in your future and what can happen to this planet. Not based on any facts, but it's trying to persuade you into action. And I think the action there is to combat climate change. Number six, according to environmental activists, Michelle Weber, a staggering 14 million pounds of trash are dumped into the ocean each year. This is an argumentative text because it quotes where the research is coming from, it gives you statistics, it's not emotional at all. It's just telling you where the information comes from and what the information is. Um, and this is a lot of dirt to put in the ocean, 14 million pounds of trash. That's a lot. Number 7, studies conducted at Columbia University School of Education suggest that music helps students develop concentration and more effective problem-solving skills. This is very much an argumentative text. It is an academic argument, and you can see that it's full of academic language, right? It's full of studies and the kind of language that you use in a study or a journal or a survey, even an essay. And it starts with the word studies. Right? Studies conducted, in other words, surveys that's been done at the Columbia. It tells you that the survey was done. It tells you where it was done. It tells you what the information is. It is very clearly an argumentative statement there. Number 8, join the band or choir today and bring a little extra harmony into your life. A little extra harmony is the phrase that gives this sentence away, right? Again, very emotional language, not very fact-based. You don't know for a fact that if you join a choir or a band, a choir is a group of people that sing together, right? A band is a group of people that play music together with instruments, guitars, pianos, drums, that kind of thing, right? So you don't know for a fact if joining any of these two things will bring peace and harmony into your life, right? But because it's a persuasive uh, text, it's persuasive language that they use here, they're trying to convince you to do this. And it appeals very much to your emotion. The last one, if your heart breaks at the sign of shivering, homeless cat or hungry stray dogs, you'll surely support the construction of a new shelter in our community. Again, a persuasive text, right? Appeals to your heart, your emotions, right? Appeals to your heart, your emotions to help or to volunteer again, to help homeless cats or hungry stray dogs. Um, no evidence of anything given there, no statistics, no facts whatsoever. Very clearly a persuasive text. And these are the questions and some of the answers for the work that we've done today. I hope that this video has been helpful. Um, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.